there, it's Sanu, your IKEA enthusiast back again. Nice to meet you all. This spring, IKEA has released more than 390 new products. From among them, I will be introducing some of the most noteworthy items. This duvet cover, which is packed with a trendy feel, contains viscose, making it soft to the touch and offering excellent breathability. Surprisingly, it was already marked as discontinued. IKEA's product lineup changes so fast. I highly recommend that you check them out as soon as possible. Now, about the shade that I previously introduced as a recent purchase, I'd mentioned that it might be defective. But in conclusion, it seems that after a few days, it stretches out and fits better. I also checked the ones in the store, and while there were some differences, most of them had slightly bent internal frames. The one I have now seems to be a little better. I think it has been about a week since this product was released, so over time, the paper stretches and the sagging gets reduced. I will keep an eye on mine for a little longer. The Nytillverkad collection is incredibly popular. I have received so many messages from people saying, I bought a lot of them too. It seems that vases in particular are really popular. They are adorable. And even without putting flowers in them, they look cute just as decorative pieces. I bought this chair. It had been a long time since I purchased such a large item. The seat is quite slanted, making it a bit difficult to stand up from. I think the design might be inspired by a shopping cart. Until now, it was available in black and orange, but finally, we have the long-awaited white version. Since my home has a strong natural aesthetic, I was worried about whether the metal frame would match. But looking at it now, I think it actually looks pretty good. The assembly was surprisingly simple. There is only one screw. You start by loosely tightening one screw, then install 4 rubber pieces, and after that, simply attach the legs, and it's done. Even though the chair is quite large, its mesh structure makes it feel less bulky. However, if you sit on it as it is, your butt will hurt quite a bit. So, I think a cushion is a must. People often ask me, where is this bench from? This is from IKEA's SKÅLBODA series, but unfortunately, it has already been discontinued. The table currently available in the Nytillverkad collection seems to pair well with it. Now, about the cushion placed on this chair. This is a dedicated cushion for it, but unfortunately, it is available in Europe only. Maybe I think so. It's really a shame, because I think this cushion is absolutely necessary. This chair is incredibly comfortable, with a wide seat that allows you to sit cross-legged. Previously, I introduced IKEA's Easter and Spring collection, but it seems that the tea light holder sold out immediately. I didn't even get a chance to see it in person. This white plate is also very popular. It has a 3-dimensional design, which makes it super cute. Also, these artificial flowers were really pretty. The wreath caught my attention as well. It was more delicate than I expected, with thin flower petals, giving it a really elegant look. Since it is a wreath, there is no need for a vase, so you can display it as is, making it a very convenient decoration. If you hang it on a door, it looks stylish on its own, without the need for additional decorations. IKEA sometimes sells mysterious products, right? I came across one and thought, what is this even for? Turns out it was a decorative ornament. It was much larger than I expected, which was surprising. I was really looking forward to seeing this new dining table. It is a round table, and the leg design is incredibly stylish. The tabletop has a marble-like finish, so I was curious to see how it actually felt. It turned out to have a matte texture, which seemed to have great durability. if you are expecting a glossy, luxurious marble look, you might be a bit disappointed. This table comes in 2 sizes, and both are available at a very reasonable price. The one I saw had a diameter of 105 centimeters, which is a very practical size. Not too big, not too small. I personally use a 110 centimeter table, and I think that size is just perfect. If the pattern on this table is not to your liking, I recommend checking out the Dockstar table instead. It is a white tulip-style table, which is very simple yet elegant. It is also quite stable and does not wobble much, which makes it very popular. I also have my eye on this pendant lamp. Isn't it wavy shape adorable? And guess what? It's only cost $7. That's an insanely good deal. And this slightly lower table, which pairs well with a sofa, has been discounted at IKEA Japan since February. In other countries, it may have already been discontinued, as I was unable to find it online. The most popular item this season might be this lighting fixture. It is so stylish and the price is unbelievable. The designer behind this amazing lamp must be an absolute genius, don't you think? And guess what? I had the special opportunity to visit his home. His name is Mikael, an IKEA designer. Since he works at IKEA, he naturally uses a lot of IKEA products in his home. His home was so stylish and I really wanted to share it with all of you. Let's take a look at his shelf. He placed green one in the shelf, and they look absolutely stunning. And the chair I purchased was actually designed by Mikael himself. In his secondary dining area, I noticed a light placed on top of a chest. This one is in white, and the way the light reflected off the wall made it look amazing. On a lower shelf, he also placed green one, showing that even placing it at a low height can make a space look elegant. Since Mikael designed these products himself, his styling choices provide great inspiration on how to use them effectively. Then he showed us their living space, and it was absolutely stunning. Their color choices were so creative, with touches of pink and blue placed throughout the room. I also loved how they used fabric on the walls. It added a soft and cozy atmosphere to the space. A huge thank you to Mikael for allowing us to visit his home. It was such a valuable experience, and I know I was only able to have this opportunity because of all of you who support and watch my videos. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to my recent purchases. I picked up this new product, and it completely surprised me. At first glance, I thought it was just a simple pocket organizer. From the packaging, it looked like it had 2 large pockets. But when I actually opened it, I discovered that inside there were elastic bands. This turned out to be super useful for storing remote controls. On the left side, I have a similar product, but this one has larger pockets, so smaller items tend to tip over inside. However, it is great for storing larger items, such as tablets. And in the mesh section, you can even store glasses. I use that one on my sofa armrest. The new one I bought is significantly longer. So, why is it so long? Because it is designed for bedside use. You simply slide it under your mattress and it stays securely in place. It is perfect for storing remotes, notebooks, and other small items near your bed. This is an IKEA totally smart valve remote, which allows you to adjust the brightness. It's so convenient. I also found that this organizer is perfect for storing notebooks and pens.
The pockets are quite spacious, so a notebook fits perfectly inside. In the morning, I often find myself reaching for my phone first thing. Does that happen to you too? Instead of grabbing my phone right away, I wanted to reach for a notebook and a pen to jot down my thoughts first thing in the morning. Since the pockets are fairly large, even a small stuffed toy can fit inside. It's such an affordable product, yet it turned out to be extremely useful. Now, over at IKEA Japan, the Strawberry Fair has begun. Does your local IKEA also have events like this? I noticed that the glass size for the desserts was not quite right, so they were wobbling quite a bit. Recently, I visited IKEA in Copenhagen, and I noticed that the menu there was quite different,
which was really interesting. Next, I'd like to introduce some new kitchen products.
One of IKEA's most popular kitchen series is called HEMLAGAD. They've just released a 6-piece cookware set, which includes pots and frying pans. Lately, IKEA has been moving away from Teflon-coated products, and now most of their cookware features ceramic coatings instead. This set has a soft green-gray handle,
which I think is really stylish. I also found this beautiful kitchen cloth.
The texture of the fabric is really nice, and it turns out that 15% of it is jute. Jute has high absorbency, which makes it perfect for kitchen use.
IKEA also released a new calafe. Many of IKEA's calafe are quite heavy, which can make them difficult to use. However, this one was much lighter, making it easier to handle. The design is very stylish too.
The one next to it was really heavy, to the point that even holding it with my left hand was difficult. But this new carafe felt so much easier to use. It might even work well as a vase.
Thank you so much to everyone who left comments.
One of you mentioned that this oil bottle prevents dripping, which makes it very convenient. I was curious because it was so affordable, but it turns out it has a great reputation. Another comment mentioned that this new condiment caddy is super useful for carrying multiple seasoning bottles to the table all at once. If you purchase these matching spice bottles, they fit inside perfectly. The design of the holder itself has a natural and stylish look, which I really liked. These spice bottles are called citronhaj, and you can fit 4 of them perfectly inside.
Now let's move on to garden furniture.
IKEA recently released a variety of outdoor furniture, including square tables in vibrant colors. For the round tables, they are available in white and black.
There are also many new portable lamps, so be sure to check them out as well. And this adorable blue lamp is solar powered. In my next video,
I'll introduce IKEA's hidden gems. Items that many people don't know about, but are incredibly useful.
Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll see you very soon in my next video.